Hare Krishna everyone, we're continuing to read the Teachings of Lord Kapila, the book by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Chapter 7, Lord Kapila begins to explain self-realization, text 13. Continuing. Kapila Deva is referred to as Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavan makes no mistakes. Narayana Parovyaktat. Even Shankaracharya says that Bhagavan, Narayan, does not belong to this material world. When we speak of Bhagavan, or when the Shastras refer to Bhagavan, we refer to him who is above material understanding. As stated here, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. It does not say Vyasadeva Uvacha or Kapila Deva Uvacha. Similarly, in Bhagavad Gita, Vyasadeva says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bhagavan refers to him who is above the defects of this material world. Bhagavan is not subject to the four deficiencies of the living entities. Being imperfect, living entities are illusioned and subject to commit mistakes. They also have the tendency to cheat others. When one has no knowledge, tries to become a teacher or preacher, he is actually cheating others. Since we ourselves do not possess perfect knowledge, we simply try to teach what Sri Bhagavan says. We do not manufacture our own teachings. So-called scholars and learned men manufacture their own teachings and give their opinions. In the West, especially, we find much philosophical speculation and mental gymnastics. But such philosophy can never be perfect. We have to take our ideas from Bhagavan, then they will be perfect. We read Bhagavad Gita because it is perfect. There is no mistake in it. There is no illusion in it. There is no cheating in it. Nor is it delivered by one whose senses are imperfect. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 7.26, Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu veda na kaschana. Quote, O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows. Unquote. God knows everything, but we do not know what is God. That is our position. Our position is not knowing. Ishvara sarva bhutani hriddashe arjuna tishthati. Bhagavad Gita 18.61. Ishvara, God, Krishna, is situated in everyone's heart. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishta. Quote, I have entered into everyone's heart. Unquote. Bhagavad Gita 15.15. The Supreme Lord refers not only to the hearts of human beings, but to those of animals and everything else. Andantarastha paramanu chayantarastham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Brahma Samhita 5.35. The Supreme Lord is within the atom as Paramatma, and therefore He is also within the individual soul. Being within everything, He knows everything. Since He knows everything, we have to take lessons from Him. If we take what Bhagavan says as perfect knowledge, we receive perfect knowledge. For receiving this knowledge, there is a disciplic succession, parampara, which is described in Bhagavad Gita 4.2. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu. Quote, this supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. Unquote. This Krishna consciousness philosophy is very easy because we do not manufacture ideas. We take the ideas and the words delivered by the Supreme Person, Krishna, or His incarnation, or representative. His representative does not say anything which Krishna Himself does not say. It is very easy to be a representative, but one cannot be a representative of Krishna if one tries to interpret Krishna's words in a whimsical way. There is no authority superior to Krishna, and if we stick to this principle, we can become gurus. We don't need to change our position to become a guru. All we have to do is follow in the disciplic succession stemming from Sri Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has advised, Amara Agyaya Guru Hannatara Eidesha. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 7.128. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed people to learn from him and then go teach people within their own villages. One may think, I am illiterate and have no education. I was not born in a very high family. How can I become a guru? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that it is not very difficult. Yarideka tare kaha Krishna upadesha. Simply speak whatever Krishna speaks. Then you become a guru. Whoever speaks what Krishna has not spoken is not a guru, but a rascal. A guru only speaks what Krishna has spoken. This is the Shastric injunction. Shatkarmani puno vipro mantra tantra visharada avaishnavo gururna syad vaishnava shva pacho guru. Quote, a scholarly brahmana, expert in all subjects of Vedic knowledge, is unfit to become a spiritual master without being a Vaishnava. But a person born in a family of a lower class can become a spiritual master if he is a Vaishnava. Unquote. Padma Purana. People are in darkness and they have to be enlightened. We have finally come from the animal kingdom to the human form, and now this human form gives us the opportunity to get out of the cycle of birth and death. The mission of this Krishna Consciousness Society is to awaken people to their original consciousness. Jeev jago, Gaura Chandra bole. The word Gaura Chandra refers to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who tells the living entity, get up, how long will you continue to sleep? Kota nidraya maya pishachira kole. The same is stated here. It is the prime business of human beings to connect again with the super soul, supreme soul. The purpose of yoga is to awaken to Krishna consciousness and connect oneself again with Krishna. That is Adhyatmika-Yoga. Yoga does not mean showing some mystic magic. The Supreme Yogi is described by Shri Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita 6.47. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shradhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamomataha. Quote, and of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. Highest of all. Unquote. There are many yogis and many different types of yoga systems, and all of these are discussed in Bhagavad Gita. There is Hatha Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Raja Yoga. However, the real yoga system is meant for reviving our connection with Krishna. Here it is said, Yoga Adhyatmika Pumsam. Adhyatmika. We are living entities, souls. It is not that we are disconnected from Krishna, but we have simply forgotten him. It is not possible to be disconnected, but it is possible to be covered. In the words of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 7.25, Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavrita mudhoyam nabhijanati lokomam ajamavyayam. Quote, I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by my eternal creative potency, Yoga Maya, and so the deluded world knows me not, who am unborn and infallible. Unquote. There is yoga and there is Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya means forgetfulness. First of all, we have to understand what is the soul. And at the present moment, people are in such darkness that they do not even understand the soul. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita 2.13, first of all, teaches what the soul is. Dehi nosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuhyati. Quote, as the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. Unquote. The word Dehi means the proprietor of the body. We are thinking, I am this body, But actually, this is not so. We are the proprietors of the body, and that is the real understanding of the self. We do not say, I am this finger, or I am this hand. Rather, we say, this is my finger, this is my head, this is my leg, etc. Similarly, the same can be said about the entire body. This is my body. This means that I am the proprietor of this body. The body has been given by Maya, the material energy. Prakrite kriyamanani guneh karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. Quote, the bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities that are carried out in actuality by nature. Unquote. Bhagavad Gita 3.27. The living entity receives different types of bodies according to the karma. One living entity may receive a cat body, another a dog body, and so forth. Why are there so many different bodies? Why not one kind of body? The answer to this is also given in Bhagavad Gita 13.22. Karanam guna sangosya sada sadyoni janmasu. Quote, it is due to his association with the modes of material nature. Thus, he meets with good and evil among various species. Because the soul within the body associates with the three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, he receives different types of bodies. One doesn't have to aspire for his next body. One need only rest assured that it will be a different body. On the other hand, Krishna does not say what kind of body one will be awarded. That depends on qualification. If one associates with the mode of goodness, he is elevated to the higher planetary systems. If he associates with the mode of passion, he remains here. And if he associates with the mode of ignorance and darkness, he does go down to lower life forms, animals, trees, and plants. This is the proclamation of Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 14.18. Urdvam gachanti sattvastha madhye tishtanti rajasaha jaghanya guna vrittistha adho gachanti tamasaha. Quote, those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. Unquote. There are 8,400,000 species of life, and all of these arise from one's association with the modes of nature. Karanam guna sangosya. And according to the body, one undergoes distress and happiness. One cannot expect a dog to enjoy the same happiness that a king or a rich man enjoys. Whether one enjoys this or that happiness or suffers this or that distress, transcending the distress or happiness, Both distress and happiness are due to the material body. Yoga means transcending the distress or happiness of the material body. If we connect ourselves with Krishna through the supreme yoga, we can get rid of material happiness and distress arising from the body. Reconnecting with Krishna is called Bhakti-Yoga, and Krishna comes to instruct us in this supreme yoga. In essence, he says, quote, "Just revive your connection with me, you rascal. Give up all these manufactured yogas and religions and just surrender unto me." Unquote. This is Krishna's instruction. And Krishna's representative, the incarnation or the guru, says the same thing. Although Kapila Deva is an incarnation of Krishna, he acts as the representative of Krishna, the guru. If we just accept the principle of surrender unto Krishna, we will become actually transcendental to so-called material happiness. We should not be captivated by material happiness or aggrieved by material distress. These are causes for bondage. Material happiness is not actual happiness. It is actually distress. We try to be happy by obtaining money, but money is not very easily obtained, and we have to undergo a great deal of distress to get it. However, we accept this distress with the hope of getting some false happiness. If we purify our senses, on the other hand, we come to the spiritual platform. Real happiness lies in engaging our senses to satisfy the senses of Krishna. In this way, our senses are spiritualized, and this is called Adhyatmika-Yoga or Bhakti-Yoga. This is the yoga that Lord Kapila Deva is herein expounding. Jai. We have completed chapter 7. Tomorrow we shall begin chapter 8, Bhakti Yoga, the supreme yoga system. So, thank you so much for tuning in today. The link to this book is in the description. Please check out our website, shravanamdiaries.com, and we shall see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.